The road stretched ahead in a pale ribbon of heat, trembling under the noon sun. Daniel kept one hand on the wheel, the other drumming against his thigh in rhythm with the engine. Empty highway. No signal. No shade. Just miles of dust and silence. He liked it that way. Up ahead, something moved. A truck. It was old. Older than anything that should still be running. Rust crawled across its surface like a disease, and the exhaust coughed thick black smoke into the sky. It crawled along at an irritatingly slow pace. Daniel sighed and checked the opposite lane. Nothing. He pressed the accelerator and eased out to pass. As he drew alongside, he glanced over. He couldn't see the driver. The window was open, but the interior was swallowed in shadow. Just a shape behind the wheel, still. Watching. Daniel frowned and pushed ahead, finishing the pass. The moment he pulled back into his lane, the truck blasted its horn, a long, angry roar. Daniel flinched. "Relax, man," he muttered, checking his mirror. The truck had sped up, faster than it should have been able to. It closed the distance quickly, looming larger, its grille like a crooked grin. The horn sounded again, louder this time, vibrating through Daniel's chest. "Okay," he said, uneasy now. He pressed the gas. The speedometer climbed. 90, 100. The truck stayed with him, closer, too close. Its engine screamed, metal rattling as if it might tear itself apart just to keep up. Daniel's grip tightened on the wheel. Sweat gathered at the back of his neck. "Back off," he said under his breath. The truck surged forward, nearly touching his bumper. Daniel swerved slightly, heart hammering. The shoulder dropped off into loose gravel and a steep decline. No room for mistakes. The horn blared again, endless, demanding. Something snapped in him. He slammed the brakes. The truck didn't. It veered at the last second, roaring past him, missing by inches. Wind rocked Daniel's car violently. He watched it speed ahead, then slow. Waiting. "No way," Daniel whispered. He hesitated, then drove forward again. The truck remained in the distance, just far enough to force him closer. This time he kept his distance. Minutes passed, or maybe longer. Time stretched thin out here. Then the truck turned off the road. A narrow dirt path barely visible. Daniel should have kept going. Instead, he slowed. His eyes locked on the trail of dust left behind. "Just making sure," he said, though no one was there to hear it. He turned. The path twisted between low hills, the ground uneven, rocks scraping beneath the car. The air felt thicker here, heavier. The truck was ahead, stopped, engine idling. Daniel's pulse pounded in his ears. He hesitated, then pulled up several yards behind it. Silence. The truck didn't move. "All right," Daniel said, forcing a dry laugh. "You win." He shifted into reverse. The truck's engine roared. It lunged forward. Daniel yanked the wheel, barely avoiding it as it charged straight at him. Tires screamed against dirt. He spun around, slamming the accelerator. The truck followed, closer than before, relentless. The path narrowed, cliffs rising on either side now. No escape, no turns, just forward. Daniel's car jolted violently over rocks. The engine strained, whining in protest. Behind him, the truck didn't struggle. It thrived, gaining. He glanced back, and for a split second, the sunlight hit just right. He saw inside. No driver. The seat was empty. The wheel turned on its own. Daniel's breath hitched. "No! No! No!" The horn erupted again. deafening now, filling the canyon. The truck slammed into him. Metal shrieked. The impact sent his car skidding sideways, scraping against rock. Sparks burst past the windows. Another hit, harder. Daniel fought the wheel, vision shaking, hands slipping with sweat. "Stop!" he shouted, though he knew it was useless. The truck pulled back, then accelerated, full speed. Daniel saw it coming. There was nowhere to go. He closed his eyes. The world exploded in noise and force. When the dust settled, the canyon was quiet again. The truck stood alone. Its engine idled softly. After a moment, it reversed, turned with slow precision, and drove back the way it came. Out to the empty highway, waiting. The trailhead sign leaned at an angle, its paint peeling, letters barely readable. Devil's Hollow Preserve. Someone had scratched over parts of it, as if trying to erase the name. Mara noticed that first. "Real inviting," she said, forcing a smile. Ethan didn't answer. He was already walking ahead, backpack slung low, headphones around his neck, but silent. Since Liam disappeared 2 weeks ago, Ethan hadn't been the same. None of them had. But Ethan had suggested this trip. "Just to see," he'd said. "To understand." Jonah hesitated near the car. "We don't have to do this." "Yes, we do," Ethan called back, not turning around. Mara sighed and followed. Jonah muttered something under his breath and came after them. The woods swallowed the road within minutes. Tall trees pressed in close, their branches tangling overhead, filtering the light into a dim green haze. The air felt damp, heavy with the smell of earth and something faintly rotten. "Liam came here a lot, right?" Mara asked. Ethan nodded. "Yeah, with us. You remember." "I mean alone," she said. He stopped walking. For a second, Mara thought he might turn around, maybe even suggest they leave. But he just stood there, staring ahead. "He started coming alone near the end," Ethan said quietly. "Said it helped him think." Jonah shifted uncomfortably. "Think about what?" Ethan started walking again. "Didn't say." They reached a fork in the trail. One path was wide, worn down by years of footsteps. The other was narrow, almost hidden, marked only by a small wooden post with a faded red symbol. Ethan took the narrow one. "Hold on," Jonah said. "That doesn't look like an official trail." "That's the one," Ethan replied. "How do you know?" Ethan finally turned, his expression strange, focused, but distant. "Because he told me." Mara felt a chill crawl up her spine. "When?" Ethan didn't answer. The path twisted deeper into the woods, the trees growing denser, the silence heavier. No birds, no insects, just the sound of their footsteps and the occasional crack of a branch underfoot. After a while, Mara realized something. "Do you guys hear that?" They stopped. Jonah frowned. "Hear what?" "That whispering." They listened. At first, nothing. Then, a faint sound, like voices carried on the wind, too distant to make out words. Jonah shook his head. "It's just the trees." Mara wasn't convinced. The sound felt too deliberate, too rhythmic. Ethan, however, seemed to recognize it. He moved faster. "Ethan," Mara called. "Slow down." But he didn't. The trail opened into a small clearing. In the center stood a large rock formation, jagged and dark, rising out of the ground like something forced its way up from below. Scratches covered its surface, lines, symbols, names carved deep into the stone. Mara stepped closer. "Liam was here," she said, tracing a familiar set of initials. L plus E plus J. But there was something else. Beneath the initials, new marks had been added. Long, uneven lines. Not letters, not words, just marks. "What is this?" Jonah whispered. Ethan approached the rock slowly, like he was drawn to it. "He said it listens," Ethan murmured. Mara's stomach tightened. "Who said that?" "Liam." Jonah let out a nervous laugh. "Okay, that's enough. We found the place. Let's go." The whispering sound grew louder, closer. Mara turned sharply. "You hear it now, right?" This time Jonah nodded. It wasn't just wind. It sounded like voices overlapping, speaking too quietly to understand, but urgent, insistent. Ethan placed his hand against the rock. "Don't," Mara said quickly. He ignored her. The moment his palm touched the surface, the whispering stopped. Silence crashed down. Heavy. Absolute. Ethan's shoulders stiffened. "Ethan," Jonah said. Slowly, Ethan tilted his head, as if listening to something only he could hear. Then he spoke, but the voice wasn't quite his. "I stayed too long." Mara stepped back. "Ethan, stop it." "They asked me to," he continued, eyes unfocused. "They said it would be quiet here, that I wouldn't feel it anymore." Jonah grabbed Mara's arm. "We need to leave, now." Ethan's fingers pressed harder into the rock. "They don't like when you leave," he whispered. The ground shifted beneath them. Not an earthquake. Something subtler. Like the earth adjusting, settling. The narrow path behind them looked different. Longer. Darker. Mara's breath quickened. "Ethan, come on. We're going." He didn't move. "They're still here," he said. "He's still here." "Who?" Jonah demanded. Ethan turned to them slowly. "Liam." The whispering returned, louder than before, and now, clearer. Mara heard her name. Soft. Repeating. "Did you hear that?" she said, panic rising. Jonah nodded, eyes wide. "Yeah." The trees around the clearing seemed to lean inward, their branches creaking. Ethan smiled faintly. "They want you to stay," he said. Mara grabbed Jonah's hand. "We're leaving." They backed away, never taking their eyes off Ethan. He didn't follow. He just stood there, hand on the rock, listening. The path twisted as they ran, stretching longer than it should have, the forest pressing in tighter with every step. The whispering followed them, sometimes ahead, sometimes behind, never letting them feel alone. When they finally burst out onto the road, the sound stopped, just like that. Mara bent over, gasping for breath. Jonah looked back toward the trees. "Ethan," he said, but the forest was still, silent, empty. Mara shook her head. "We can't go back." Jonah didn't argue. As they drove away, Mara glanced in the rearview mirror. For a moment, she thought she saw someone standing at the edge of the trees, watching, not waving, not moving, just waiting. She faced forward again, heart pounding. Behind them, deep in the woods, Something whispered a new name. The desert went on forever. Miles of cracked earth, rusted signs, and heat shimmering like something alive. The road cut straight through it, a thin black line that felt more like a warning than a path. Mark hadn't seen another car in over an hour. "Should have taken the interstate," Lena muttered, shifting in her seat. The AC struggled, pushing out warm air that did little to help. "You said you wanted the scenic route," Mark replied, though his voice lacked conviction. "This isn't scenic, it's empty." They drove in silence for a while after that. Then Lena pointed ahead. There, finally. A town, or what was left of one. A faded sign stood crooked near the roadside. "Welcome to Red Mesa Population 89. The number had been scratched out. Something else was carved beneath it, deeper, rougher. Mark slowed the car. "You want to stop?" Lena hesitated. "Just for water." They turned off the highway. Red Mesa looked abandoned at first glance. Dust covered everything: storefronts, broken windows, even the old gas pumps that stood like skeletons beside a crumbling station. But there were signs of life. A door swaying open somewhere. A curtain twitching behind a dirty window. "They're here," Lena said quietly. "Who?" "I don't know." Mark pulled up beside the gas station. The engine ticked as it cooled. For a moment, neither of them moved. Then, a sound. Metal scraping against pavement. Mark looked in the mirror. A man stood in the middle of the road behind them. Tall, thin, wearing a faded uniform that might have once belonged to a sheriff, though it hung loose and stained. His head tilted slightly, like he was studying them. "Did you see him before?" Lena whispered. "No." The man started walking toward the car, slowly, deliberately. Mark locked the doors. "Let's just go," Lena said. But the man was already there. He stopped beside the driver's window and tapped on the glass. Once, twice. Mark hesitated, then lowered the window just a crack. "Afternoon," the man said. His voice was calm, but something about it felt wrong. Too steady, too flat. "Hi," Mark replied. "We're just passing through." "No one passes through," the man said. Lena leaned closer. "We just need some water. Then we'll be on our way." The man smiled. It didn't reach his eyes. "Water's not safe here," he said. "Nothing is." Mark forced a laugh. "We'll take our chances." The man's head tilted further. "You already did," he said. Something shifted in his expression. Not anger, recognition, as if he'd been waiting for them. "You should come with me," he continued. "It's better if you understand." "No," Lena said immediately. The man's smile widened. "Everyone says that at first." He stepped back and raised his arm. From the buildings around them, figures emerged. Men, women, all moving slowly, their faces blank, eyes fixed on the car. Mark's pulse pounded. "We're leaving, now!" He started the engine. The car struggled, coughed, then died. "No, no, no!" Mark turned the key again. Nothing. The figures kept coming. The man in the uniform watched, calm and patient. "It doesn't like when you try to leave," he said. "Who?" Lena demanded, her voice shaking. The man looked past them, out toward the desert. It, he repeated softly. A low sound drifted through the air. Not quite a wind, not quite a voice. Something deeper. The ground beneath the car trembled slightly, as if something massive shifted far below the surface. Lena grabbed Mark's arm. "We have to run." "To where?" he shot back. The figures had surrounded the car now, standing just out of reach, watching, waiting. The man stepped closer again. "You'll hear it soon," he said. "It speaks to everyone eventually." Mark slammed his fist against the steering wheel. "Stay back!" The man didn't react. Instead, he leaned closer to the window. "You brought it with you," he whispered. Lena shook her head. "That doesn't make any sense." "It followed," the man said. "It always follows." The low sound grew louder, closer. Mark felt it in his chest now, a vibration that made it hard to breathe. The rearview mirror trembled, and then something moved beneath the road. A ripple, as if the earth itself had turned liquid for a moment. Lena screamed. The asphalt behind them cracked open in a jagged line, splitting with a deep, tearing sound. Darkness yawned beneath it. Endless. The figures didn't react. They just watched. The man in the uniform smiled again. "It's awake," he said. Mark grabbed Lena's hand. "Out, now!" They shoved the doors open and ran. The ground shifted under their feet, cracks spreading, dust rising in thick clouds. The low sound became a roar, filling the air, drowning out everything else. Behind them, something vast pushed upward from beneath the earth. Not fully visible, never fully visible. Just movement, shape, pressure. Lena stumbled, nearly falling. Mark pulled her up. "Don't stop!" The edge of town loomed ahead. The open desert beyond. Freedom. The sound changed, sharper, focused. Mark glanced back. The crack in the road had followed them, chasing, closing the distance. The figures in the town stood perfectly still now, heads turned toward the same point, watching, listening. Mark's vision blurred as the pressure built in his skull, like something was trying to force its way inside. A thought that wasn't his. A voice without words. Calling, promising, demanding. Lena cried out, clutching her head. "Make it stop!" "I can't!" Mark shouted. The desert stretched ahead, endless and empty. But the feeling didn't stay behind. It moved with them, beneath them, inside them. The town of Red Mesa grew smaller in the distance, but the sound, the presence, didn't fade. It never would.